Welcome to our documentary on episode 4. We will be talking about the roles of women and children in shogunate Japan. Sascha will be talking about lower class women and higher class women. Henry will be talking about children. This will cover how their lives were dominated by men and how the children only had a little education. We hope to teach you everything about women and children in shogunate Japan. Children in shogunate Japan. Most children of shogunate Japan were not very fortunate. They would not get a great deal of food each day. Most girls did not go to school or sleep on a bed at night. They would have to sleep on the floor and stay at home when the boys went to school, unless they had a very fortunate family and could afford a bed and education. Nearly all boys had an education and slept on a bed at night. Only the male children could become samurai and inherit land. This was a world over male control. Kids would be beaten by their father if they were not well behaved and did what they were told straight away.
Higher class women. Higher class women in the Edo period had a lower status and had fewer rights compared to men to a certain extent. Women also lost economic and political rights due to the Tokugawa law. Women's husbands could kill his wife for being lazy or bad in the circumstances of household chores such as looking after the children, sowing crops, and any household work needed to be done, or how she presented herself as a faithful wife and an obedient mother. Women could not own property. During the Edo period, marriage was arranged by the parents, and the woman would have no choice or rightful say in who she would get married to. Women had to go through hardships and brutal abuse and serve their husbands and in-laws. Wives of samurai and peasants had different statuses, yet their rights were similarly limited. Even if a samurai woman could learn to read or write, they were never allowed to teach it in the actual work of the government. Higher rank women had a little bit of freedom compared to lower class women. This goes to show how little rights women had. Lower class women. Low-class women of shogunate Japan were slaves to men and had no say in what happened. Women's jobs were to be a good wife by doing housework and being a good mother, helping their husbands in their work, and gardening. They could get beaten at any time by their husbands for being unloyal. This was very unfair to women of shogunate Japan. They had to do what they were told and had no say whatsoever. As for peasant women, they were commonly found to work alongside their husbands, however were not often seen. This suggests that females were seen as physically weaker, so the objects made by women were viewed as second class or not important to those made by men. Women therefore worked unseen and could not participate in trade, which resulted in women not being able to support themselves financially, and thus increasing their dependence on men. The dependency encourages the idea of feminine inferiority, and it limits women's economic rights. Thank you for watching our documentary. We hope you enjoyed and learnt lots. Our bibliography.